So the next step on our pumpkin drawing is to actually color the pumpkin itself. I have chosen 4 colors here: brown for the stem, orange and yellow for the actual pumpkin, and a lighter green. I'm going to start with the leaf first, work on that, and then the little stump here, we'll do that, or the stem, and then we'll work on the actual pumpkin. So as before, we need to see evidence of value. So I'm going to go in, and in my points, I'm going to press down really dark. And then I'm going to come down here in my corners and press dark as well. And then come from the dark area and blend towards the center of the leaf. And I am just very lightly, very, very lightly coloring in the leaf so that I can see that value. Okay, I have finished my 2 leaves on my pumpkin, and now I'm going to work with the stem of the pumpkin. I'm going to probably put the darker color down here, just kind of going along the bottom of the stem. And then up here at the top, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to put the darker color almost like a C shape or half a moon shape there, working from my dark color and working my way up, and then going lighter as I go higher, pressing a little firmer and then releasing the pressure as I go up. See how lovely that looks? And then here, I'm just going to go in a swirl, just a very gentle swirl, so that we can see a little bit of lightness there. Okay, so I have finished both my stems, and now I'm going to start on the pumpkin. And I'm going to start with orange first, and I'm going to do like a C shape hard press coloring. So I'm going to press hard like this. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the bottom, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do that on each one. Go around the leaf at the bottom. And come down here and have almost a C shape here as well. Pressing hard. Now you want to make sure you're pressing hard. So whether you're using crayons or color pencils, I should be able to see a difference in the value. Okay, so that's done. So now I'm going to go from here to here, and I'm going to press down a little firm, but not as hard as I was at the beginning. And I'm going to work my way down. Okay, and stop. And then I'm going to come here, pressing a little firmer, but not as hard as the first time, and work my way up and releasing the pressure as I go up. Okay, and then I'm going to come back up here and very lightly color, not pressing hard at all, to get that nice blend going on there. Okay, I'll do it one more time, and then it'll be your turn to try it out. So pressing firmly, but not as hard as before, and then lightening up my pressure as I go down, pressing firmly as I work my way up, but not as hard as before, and lightly working my way up, and then almost about midway, we're barely touching the paper. midway. Okay, now you work on it. Okay, I have my first pumpkin almost finished. I haven't added any yellow yet. So here's my yellow. I have not added yellow to this yet. I'm going to go ahead and go over to my second pumpkin. And I want you to pay attention because this pumpkin is on top of this pumpkin. See how it's overlapping? This one's sitting behind. So I'm going to want to go a little darker here and here when I do my value. So I'm going to come up, pressing very hard to add that value, but I'm going to come right here and add a little bit of value, coming down, and then wrapping around here. Now I'm going to go and add my value here and here like I did on this one, but I want to go ahead and show you what this is going to look like with the coloring. So I'm pressing firmly, but not as hard as the first time. And I'm going to work my way down, lightening up as I go down. I'm going to come here and I'm very light, but blending in with that darker color so that there's an overcast from this pumpkin into this pumpkin. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to finish the orange on this pumpkin and then we'll come back for the yellow. Okay, so I have applied the orange to both my pumpkins and this is looking pretty cool. You know, this is looking pretty awesome and I'm sure yours looks just as good. So now I'm going to add yellow and that's just going to help to highlight it more and you may not be able to see it on the camera, but I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to lightly go over and add a little bit of yellow, pressing a little harder at the top and the bottom, and just press a little harder at the top, and then ease my way down with the yellow. And then as I get to the bottom, press a little harder again. You just want a little hint of yellow. You don't need to have a large amount. Press down a little harder at the top here. Okay, so now what I want you to do is, I want you to add the yellow to your pumpkin. Okay, this turned out looking pretty awesome with the yellow highlight on there. This is the final project. This is ready to be turned in. So on this assignment, you should see a turn in click button. You do not have to take a picture of this and put it in your graded sketchbook because this is a project. It's got an assignment to it where you click the turn in. If you need help doing that, let me know and I'll walk you through the process again. But for right now, go to your assignment, click View Assignment, and at the top right hand corner, there's going to be a button that you're going to click. Now, in order to turn it in, you have to take a picture of it on that assignment and turn it in. And I'll make a little video to go along.